Hello, what's good everyone? So today I'm going to continue this Road to 1000 series, and I'm currently at 900 elo. I recently came down to 850 and I played some games and recovered some of those elo. And a quick disclaimer, I'm not a pro player. I'm fairly new to this game and I have around 800 games under my belt. So these guesses are not good as some of the pros. So bear with me on that one. So the first game I had an NMPZ round, and it is a fairly difficult round for my standards. So we don't have much information. Um, it felt like a southern hemisphere, so I went Brazil on this one, and it ended up being in Argentina. So my opponent went Panama, I think so. We'll see. Yes, he went Panama and ended up being in Argentina. So we did a bit damage there. And let's move on to the second round. And this is a strange round. I had never seen a black pickup. I thought it was a turkey car for some reason. I don't know. And it ended up being in Rwanda. So this is the first time I'm seeing this car in Rwanda. I never saw this. So it was quite a surprise. Let's move on to the third round, and we have an easy round in Lesotho. So opponent gets Lesotho as well. So no major damage here. Moving on, round 4, and we have two biggest clue in this round. One is being this octagonal pole and Spanish words on the wall. So it has to be Mexico. And I went fairly central Mexico here, and it ended up being Veracruz, I think. We'll see. Yep, I went CDMX. My opponent in Mexico, I think so. We'll see. Yep, is in Mexico as well, and it ended up being Veracruz. And moving on to the fifth round, we have multipliers now, and this is my favorite round on this entire game. So we have Oman, north of Oman here. I live in Oman, so I see this every day when I go to office. I can see those poles, 3 inch letter on top, and those bushes on side of the roads. I see those every day when I go to the office. So I'm pretty glad I got that round. I never got Oman on duels. So we take a win there. Moving on to second game. Against the same opponent. In first round, we have a Senegal round here. Mm, yep, nothing special, just standard Senegal here. And our opponent went Senegal as well. I'm looking at Nigeria, I don't know why, but yeah, it should be Senegal. We went further south, so we did a little bit of damage there. Moving on, round 2. We have French bollard here, so country is obvious here, so our opponent will go France as well. Ended up being northern France. Good guess by our opponent there. Moving on, round 3, and we had a Australia round here. These trees kind of look Australian, and this garden kind of throwing me off. I also thought of Philippines and Indonesia, so I was confused here. I ended up trusting these trees and went to Australia. First, I thought it was southern Australia, so I was consider going Melbourne, near Melbourne. Then I switched from Melbourne to Queensland. I went to Brisbane there, and it ended up being further north, I guess. Yep. Yeah, it was further north, so we did a bit of damage there. Round 4, Gen 2 coverage, and we are in Mexico with these Mexican bollards. Looked northern Mexico. Didn't want to commit north, so I ended up hedging middle and north here. And our opponent goes similar as well, I think. We'll see. Yep, it ended up near US border there, so little bit of damage. And round 5, start of the multipliers here. And what is this round? I forgot. Oh, it's a German round, I think. Not quite sure here. Oh, it's a Czechia round. Yep, I ended up going northern Germany, so I wanted to hedge between Denmark, Poland, Germany. So I ended up going further north here, and it was in Czechia. So our opponent is in Romania, and we ended up doing 1000 damage there. And round 6, double damage. We are in New Zealand with these fences, and the sun is in clearly north there. I went North Island here. Don't know why. Don't know these fences as well. So these hills kind of look like northern to me. So I ended up going north here. My opponent goes South Island. I think so. We'll see. Yep, he went South Island and ended up being middle of us. Round 7. Round 7 in Argentina, with the sun being in north, and this distant mountains kinda look like western Argentina here. So I went Argentina and my opponent didn't. He went to Mexico and we ended up winning this game here. GG's. Heading to the third game against a different opponent this time. First round, I realized a bit late, so this is a no move round, and first round is in UAE, so we have the sign here mentioning Dubai and Sharjah. So I ended up going further east, I think. Yep. First I thought it was south, and I switched up to east of Dubai. Our opponent gets this as well, so no big damage here. Moving on to round 2, we have a snow coverage in Sweden/Finland here. Don't know these structures belong to Sweden or Finland. Ended up being in Finland, so I wanted to hedge between these two countries. Moving into round 3, and this was a pretty big blunder from my side. I didn't had a lot of practice with this country, so this vegetation looked like Mexican, and this car definitely doesn't belong to Mexico here. I knew I saw this car in Curacao before, and I had a Curacao rounds in cities. I didn't had these rounds on rural areas, so I was thinking about going Curacao here, and I didn't, and it cost me. So would have been a big damage if I went there. So that was a big blunder from my side. Heading on to the next round, and we have a Botswana round here. It's an easy round. I went capital here, and it ended up being further north. Yes, I think my opponent guessed there. Round 5, we have multipliers now, and we are in Europe, and didn't know which country, and the signpost kinda looked like Danish to me, so I went Denmark here, and it ended up being in Germany, I think. Yep, Germany there. Round 6. And this is another round that kind of let down from my side. I didn't see a blue strip there, so I ruled out the Europe here, and this vegetation kind of looked UAE or Tunisian, so I ended up going in Tunisia, and it was in Malta. So I don't know why I went Tunisia here. No sight of Arabic in anywhere. And my opponent went Malta there, and he did a big damage to me. Round 7, and we are back in Europe. The country is not obvious here. I was thinking of Bulgaria first. I think I went Bulgaria here. I don't know which country I went. Let's see. I wanted to hedge between these 4 countries, and I switched to I think I switched to Czechia here. Yeah, and it ended up being in Slovakia. I think so. We'll see. Yep, yeah, it was in Slovakia. So nice switch from us here. Round 8. Round 8 in Australia, and I don't know how to region guess Australia, so I went South Australia here near Adelaide. It ended up being in New South Wales, and my opponent went Tasmania there. Round 9, we are in Indo. I kind of panicked here and went Java. I know Java doesn't have these roofs. It was a bad guess from me. It ended up being South Sumatra. Yeah. And moving on to round 10, we have quadruple damage here, and we are back in Australia. And this time also I don't know where to guess in Australia, so I went South Australia again here, or Sydney. Oh no, I went capital here, and it ended up being in Tasmania, and my opponent take the game here, so we ended up losing this one. If only I went Curacao there, we could have won here. So that's it. I'm back on 9-11. Only gained 10 points in this video.